This is the easiest choice. 7 max HP to choose feed is incredible at the start of an Ironclad run. It's always feed. Feed is always given. You just click this button and you win. Well, that's not feed. I tell you, every time I watch other people play the Ironclad, they're like, oh, just take the rare card, you get feed. And they get like 200 HP by the end of the run. And I'm like, man, that looks so easy. I'm just going to go do that. Never works out. Skip? Honestly, it might be skip. We could take the speculative exhume. It does nothing for us at the start of the run, but if we get like a Reaper, disarm, like there's any number of things where exhume ends up being good, but demon form is like always a trap this early. Not worth. Speculative exhume or pass, I think, are the options. Try it. We'll take a small risk here at the beginning. Then we can cry about it later. How is the worst decision ever? At least it's a decision. Really? Got it. Oh, Jawworm. Oh, no. The Exhume Curse is showing its strength right now. Better than Demon Form, because we can actually exhaust it, though. Ooh, there you go. So we could exhume back feed. Exactly. This is the way. Crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. The Guardian fight is the freest fight you've ever seen at this moment. Just for fun, we're gonna do this. Completely unnecessary. You weaken me, I weaken you. Back and forth we go. Third option was Berserk, yes. Demon Form, Exhume, and Berserk. We need an attack. Really badly. You could choose to take a hard pool fight into an elite with no potions right now. We have really good odds of getting a potion here. Also really good odds of taking some damage. But if we gain nothing here, this is spooky. Alright. Could have been worse, honestly. Isn't upgraded Berserk good? It's not bad. I don't know. It's about the nicest thing I can say about it. It's playable. Not upgraded, it's sweet, we got a potion. Not upgraded, it's rarely playable, so. Do we die to Lagavulin? I don't know. Open with Ascender's Bane? Sick. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, that's nice. All right. I don't know how we beat this guy. We need to trade away quite a lot of HP just to have a chance. And even then, we might, like, maybe we should just smoke bomb out right now. Maybe. Spooky. Fire potion, chance at a double tap and a shockwave. Let's take the shockwave and call it good. Another target for Exhume, I guess. Doubt we use it, but maybe. Imagine being able to see the future, but it only works in Slay the Spire. And then bothering streamers with it. What? I see no difference than people coming in here and being like, well, 5 floors ago, if you had not taken 2 damage, you would have lived there. Well, okay. You got me. Check and mate. You rest here? You go for, like, the perfected strike upgrade for Gremlin Knob? Maybe? And for sentries, I guess. That sucks. So we could choose to pull back Shockwave. Gives us like 3 turns with 7 damage on both of them. We can choose to shuffle the deck now too, if we want to. Don't have a lot of defense in there though. Stream lags? Hope not. Oh. Good. Yeah, I don't know what the difference would have been. Glad it is fixed. Maybe we see what we draw first and make our decision from there. Usually a good idea, I suppose. Okay. Well, that is a small problem. We can actually live many more turns. If we have to, we can use first. We can use our smoke bomb still. Please? No! Wait, 9, 18, 27. Oh, that is beautiful. Pick up a paper frog. Answer to clothesline, rage, and body slam. Rage is okay with a battle trance and some card draw already in here. It's not great. Try it out, I guess. Bottled Lightning. Start every combat with a skill in hand. That might be useful on our disarm, actually. There's a lot of fights where you wish you had disarm right away. Even thinking you had to snake plant or whatever. Disarm's pretty good in your opening hand every time. I'm going to try that out. And then, did I just do Exhume? Hold on. Hold on. I think I clicked the wrong... Oh, God. Help. Can we undo that? Does this work? Does this work? I never do that. Okay. I know. I never save and quit. I hope I can take one forgiveness. Oh, that was so dumb. Help. I'd have to use our smoke bomb here too, but we'll see. No, please don't tell the cops. Please, no. Okay, so I don't know about this. I think we just leave. So we could try to defend, but next turn we have no block. Potential for battle trance. Nunchaku isn't coming around. The other option is to strike here. We do have Paper Frog in play, so we're doing extra damage. But I don't think we can both Perfected Strike and get a kill with a strike next turn, which is what we'd have to do. So this guy would have to buff. Sometimes this guy's buffing next turn too, I think. How much do we care about this relic? Not that much. I guess we care about it on boss fights? Champ. Art fight. Sometimes the Chosen, Writhing Mass. Hey, good afternoon. For the follow. Came in at a tricky point. A decisive moment. The other option is to defend here and just see how next turn goes. So we're trading 7 HP for like a maybe. It's a pretty strong coin flip. We'd have to get lucky to make it out of next turn just fine. Because we can always Perfected Strike, and I'm pretty sure that's 28 damage. Might have Battle Trance, could maybe get Rage. I'm going to trade the HP to see how it goes, but we might just lose HP for no reason here. Oh. Oh. I still think we don't get out of here, right? Like, there's almost no way. We'd have to get Rage. Rage, Perfected Strike, and shrug it off, maybe? There's no Nunchaku. We could defend. Take 7, we go to 2 HP. And then still maybe have to Smoke Bomb? Oh, he won't be vulnerable either. Ooh, that's tricky. Well, go big. Not even close. Pick up an odd mushroom. Strange. When vulnerable, take 25% more attack damage rather than 50%. Not sure if worth. We can take Uppercut as a form of weakness. It does require an upgrade. It's pretty terrible outside of that. I think I'd rather just keep Shockwave for our weakness and upgrade Shockwave over taking Uppercut at this point. Could also take Evolve. Now, we don't currently have a need for Evolve, but Evolve comes in great later in the game on many, many fights. I see people skip Evolve a lot, so it makes me think that I'm wrong with taking it as often as I do, but I like taking it. You can just play it, get it out of the way. I think you almost always want an Evolve going into Act 2. Namely for, like, the Chosen. The Chosen fight in particular allows you to just spam out whatever you want. Sometimes comes into play against Book of Stabbing. Still not worth Uppercut with Paper Frog? I don't know, what do you think? Because we have to upgrade Uppercut for it to be worthwhile. And we have Shockwave in here, so that's kind of where I'm stuck. We want to upgrade Disarm so we can exhume Disarm on the Guardian, and then that fight becomes pretty free. I'll try it. I'll try it because Zuthus told me to. So if it goes poorly... That one right there, officer. Oh. Yeah. I think the Rage pick has been the most underwhelming thing that I've gotten so far. A cultist, but when do you take 2 disarms? I like disarm a lot. I think 2 is fine, isn't it? For most fights? Taking it. Uh-oh. No! Can't draw anymore? How much do we care about this? We can block for 12. We take 9. We go to 12 plus 6, 18 effective HP by the end of the fight. Maybe. Which means that we're resting before Guardian. Versus now, if we were to leave, take 27 into Guardian. Maybe we're fine with Paper Frog. Smoke bomb. Well, yes, not wrong. In my mind, we were killing the looter this turn almost no matter what. But all of our strikes and our bash and stuff is on the bottom of the deck, so it didn't quite work out. We can also disarm, exhume, disarm for less block than our defense, so that's an idea. Because I guess the fear for next turn is that The spike slime is attacking us. We have to kill this guy. We're not proccing Nunchaku. Taking so much damage. That's what you gotta do. Smoke bomb the smoke bomber. Big brain plays. So if we Shockwave Strike here, I don't think that we push him over for next turn. The only way that we do that, I guess, is with Uppercut and Strike. We do 23 damage, I think it is. And then I think we're still pretty far off. It has to be like exactly Perfected Strike and something else. So I'm going to do the defensive play. And honestly, hope for the best. Very close. This is fine. That JPG. Amazing. Two damage. It's cute. Okay. Now we can't lose. It's fine. I don't know if we actually needed that cultist potion there or not, but it helped. It wasn't that bad. Offering's pretty good. Could take another exhume for the memes. Remove all the arms. Oh my god. From the enemies. Sorry, I didn't mean to go that on stream. But it's got to be offering. Oh, that button. Snecko, We got a lot of 2-cost stuff already. We have a lot of 0-cost stuff already as well, so Rage becomes pretty pointless. But it's Snecko, and we're the Ironclad, so I think we like this button. It's either that or we take Philo Stone with disarms and exhumes in here. So that's actually... I think Philo Stone might actually be correct. Because we have so much strength down, the strength up from Philo Stone doesn't really matter. We have disarm bottled. But it's Ironclad Snecko. We have Paper Frog. It's big damage time. We are against Champ, so we're looking for some way to scale up our damage, some strength or something. Ideally. We have disarms for Book of Stabbing this act. We do not have AoE damage at all for the other fights. I would like to hit some shops. We have an early shop here kind of in the middle. So maybe we'll make our decision here. We'll go through an event, 2 combats, make some decision at this shop, And then, I don't know, maybe we hit a late shop, maybe we go for elites. We'll see. 0 cost offering, pretty good. Makes a more fun stream. I dislike watching Snecko runs. Wow, we have... Are there any other opinions? Is there anyone out there who is indifferent about Snecko I runs? Because that would complete the trifecta. We'd have all options accounted for. There you go. Meh. Oh, that's good. This is why we stream. This bird's still correct because that one's at -2 strength, right? Yeah. Yeah, she. There we go. Everything's accounted for. We just need the one person now who's like, I never see Snecko, but I see streamers get it all the time. I think we're missing that guy. Okay. Cleave. Yes? Do we have to take cleave? I think we might just have to take cleave. I don't really want cleave, but we might just need it for the elites here. Dude, Big Red Peanut. I was that guy earlier. Because I specifically said we're going to trade away 7 max HP to get cleave, because all other streamers just get cleave, and it's just easy from there. It has not happened. Where is cleave? Did I say cleave? Feed. Yes, thank you. Good save, good save. And Cleveland. There you go. I did mean feed. It took me a really long time to actually come around to the idea of Snecko I really hated it for a really long time. It took a lot of convincing by, I think, Baylor Lord specifically. It may have converted me to the Church of Snecko. Pretty sure it was him. It says plus on it. It's pretty good. And it says 2. It says 2. It says plus. We have this. Click. Big brain plays. This button. This button. I think I disliked Snecko a lot when I started streaming and in the game in general because I played a ton of the silent. I would basically just sit here and only play the silent. And I really struggle with Snecko Eye on the Silent to this day because her 2-cost options are not particularly good a lot of the time. Outside of like, I mean, you can name a few, yeah, leg sweep or whatever, but like a lot of the 2-cost attacks just, I don't know. Predator is pretty good with Snecko Eye. So is Ring of the Snake with Ring of the Snake with Snecko Eye. 9 cards on turn 1. You're usually having a good turn 1 on the Silent. It's everything else that I kind of struggle with. Like, she has so many good 1 and 0 cost options that, I don't know. Snecko Eye feels strange. Yeah, Snecko Eye plus Nightmare. So there you go. There's a really good combo. This guy. This guy. I don't think we want a Warcry. You don't want a Parasite. Don't want another copy of Bash. Don't want that either. Good. Good event. I really don't like that event. I don't know why. It kind of feels... kind of just feels like it's there, but it's not really doing anything. I don't know if that makes sense, but... it feels weird. It's another one of those, like, kind of random things that was thrown in there at some point. Just don't think needs to be there. Same thing with the Wheel of Get Shivved. Well, maybe it's okay. I don't know. It's fine. It's kind of like just one of those games, like mini games that you'd see in other kind of random $5 games on Steam or something. I want this Campfire, don't I? The Campfire allows us to upgrade. Well, we have Apotheosis now. Maybe the upgrade doesn't matter as much. So if we take this Elite, where do we go? If it goes really well, we can go straight into another Elite. Or if it goes really poorly, we can run away scared. Let's take the Elite. Oh, this guy. This guy doesn't even know. Give me Exhume. Okay. Flame Barrier's pretty good here. I'm just kind of thinking of what we would do if we either don't play Flame Barrier or if we try to get Shockwave in play. Maybe an Uppercut allows us just to get the kill here really soon because we're guaranteed to draw the other copy of Disarm and Exhume next turn. So the multi-attacks are a non-issue. It's the big attacks we're worried about, which I think comes next. So ideally, the Book of Stabbing is weak for next turn, which means playing Shockwave. Could Offering here, I guess, for +1 energy. Then we have 4, and we can Flame Bearer and Shockwave. Let's see what we get, though. Yeesh. Guess I'm glad I did that. You could switch the cards that you've bottled as long as you're not in combat. You think that'd be too strong? Probably. I have a hard time imagining that not being too strong most of the time. You're dead? Super dead. Nice. Good fight. Yeah, that's... I mean, you would have to trade something else that's really valuable away. Not just like a free swap. It would have to be like trading a Campfire away. Because I know what you're saying, like, swap in Apotheosis in the bottle. And yeah, that sounds awesome. But you would have to trade away something pretty substantial. So another Relic to swap that over, which would mean basically a Campfire or a chest. So So it would have to come at a cost, and it couldn't be immediate. It would have to be sometime in the future. So maybe if you go into Act 4 and you trade away your campfire for putting something else in there to get ready for the elites and Heartfight, it's interesting, for sure. It would add a new dynamic to the bottles, and I think, like, you know, of all the relics you're passing on, a lot of the time you're passing on, like, Bottled Flame when you get it too early, even Bottled Lightning or whatever, Bottled Tornado. A lot of the time you're passing on that too. Sometimes they're exceptional, and that is when you have, like, Bottled Apotheosis or, you know, Corruption bottled with Dead Branch. You know, there's any number of situations where it's exceptionally good. But, yeah, with that idea in particular, I think you'd have to trade away something pretty nice for it. Go past this stuff. Still Chaos? I think I like our potions. Fear Potion because we have Paper Frog. Nah. I think I bought this Fear Potion, but I'm going to do Distilled Chaos. Look at this elite. It's a book of stabbing, but instead of stabbing, it bites. Did not need to play that defend there. Good job, Flame Barrier. It's exactly what you're expected to do in this fight. Heavy Blade. Probably not. It does say 2 on it. We do have a single copy of Inflame that is not upgraded. I don't know if that's reason enough to take a Heavy Blade now, though. Could just keep leaning on this Perfected Strike for a while longer. It's pretty good, though. Like, the Heavy Blade, if we get some more strength in here with Paper Frog, a ton of damage. Maybe ends up being our way to kill Champ. I don't actually know how we kill Champ right now, outside of just crushing him on a single turn. Alright, I'm going to do the speculative Heavy Blade. This is a very speculative run. We've done speculative Exhume on floor 0, and now it's the Heavy Blade. Thanks, Heavy Blade. Good job. Flame Barrier, you on the other hand, we need to talk. We need to talk about your performance in this run. Does not meet expectations. Okay. So we do have the Exhume. We can remove a lot of arms on the Gremlin Leader, who is already potentially lacking arms. I see the sleeves on the coat, but I don't see any hands. You guys ever watch BoJack Horseman? Vincent Adultman? That's kind of what the Gremlin Leader reminds me of. If the eyes weren't so big, I'd be convinced that's just 3 little gremlins under there. I mean, look at the feet. They're just ever so slightly bigger than the Mad Gremlins. It's Gremlin Adultman. Vincent Adultman is like my favorite character on that show by far. Love Vincent Adultman. Our attacks are so expensive. What do? We could bash Heavy Blade to kill the Mad Gremlin. Feels like a waste. We end up taking some damage here too. I think we just go for big arm remove. You're already gonna hit for 11. I've got a card that says 11 on it right here. Can't do anything else though. We have nothing else to do if that's the only thing we do this turn. Dude, Sneck. The Sneck has betrayed us. So this does 4, 16 plus this being 28. So we do kill this guy. Okay. Nice. That's why I don't like Snecko. I'm gonna come out for my boy Snecko right now and say you have to imagine all of the turns where we would have taken so much extra damage. Why are you doing 30? What? You've removed so many of your arms. That got a lot better. Draw first? Draw first. We don't do Shockwave here. Okay. Well, that didn't get a lot better. Seven. Okay. Sorry. Snecko. You have to imagine all the turns that we've drawn extra cards, and if you were only drawing 5 cards per turn, there's always going to be turns in there where you don't draw the thing you need, or whatever. So the fact that we're drawing extra cards alone makes Snecko that much better. So there's always times when you're on 4 energy and you draw like, 4 strikes and a defend on turn 1. And even though you have 4 energy and all the strikes and defends cost 1, it still doesn't make for a great turn. You're taking tons of extra damage. So the fact that you're drawing these extra cards, the variance evens out. And it evens out the more that you add in two or more costing things, I guess is kind of the point. So yeah, when we have a deck full of like 0 cost stuff, 1 cost stuff, sometimes the turns look really gross. Battle Trance, Offering, Rage. But as we add in more and more 0 costing stuff, it will get better. Did I say 0 costing stuff? You know what I mean. The coffee is like not working this morning. I think I was cooking last night, and I think I just like 3 beers to go with it, because it's fun. You're cooking some bread, some pasta. You put on the Frank Sinatra. You've got some nice Italian vibes going on, I guess. Americana vibes? I don't know. Is it still morning there? No. No. It's not. What's your point? Got Nunchaku after 3 attacks. So if we Shockwave first, we can't actually rock the Nunchaku. We go 8, 9. We got 1 energy left. We can't do anything. And we've got 10 block with Shockwave down. So we almost full block. I think that's fine. We can save Nunchaku for next turn. Good use out of Nunchaku there. Just another offering I think we'll pass on, and the Blood Potion is really interesting. We could take it right away. I think I like both of our potions too much to take this HP, though. We've got meat on the bone if we really need it. The Blood Potion may come in handy here, though. I hope it's Book of Stabbing. It's Book of Stabbing, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, this book. It doesn't even know. Don't tell him. Oh, sorry. I missed a question. What happens if you catch the object that gives you an artifact per match before the Snecko Eye? It'll remove the confusion. I think you're talking about not orange pellets. So orange pellets from the shop will remove the confused debuff, which can be an issue. I think you're talking about the Clockwork Souvenir. Does not work, and it does not matter which order you get them in either. So the Clockwork Souvenir will not stop the confused debuff. I actually almost made a YouTube video on that, because that's a pretty common question. Yeah, that doesn't work. So bias, or excuse me, I almost called orange pellets bias cognition, because why not? It's one and the same. Might as well be. Oh my. Fine, I guess we take 3. But yeah, Clockwork Souvenir does not matter. Huh? Here. Honestly, at this point, I don't even want to take the 1 damage. I think we can get away with taking 0. Or maybe we were supposed to take damage there for meat on the bone. We need to go to 34 HP. I don't know if we can make that happen anymore. I mean, we can, but I don't know if we do. We should try for that. How much do I care? I think we just, like, always have the kill. Even with a single strike, we're killing him outright for 7 turns, so... We'll see if we can take 4 damage, or 5 damage here. Take 12. These are the cards I wanted. There's still a chance. Still a chance. This guy. Alright, whatever. You win, Book of Stabbing. You win by losing. I can't be bothered. Italicize. Oh, guess we'll take a shrug. Winning by losing. Book of Stabbing story. Also, a FirstDane story. I have any zero cost attacks for dual wield right now. I might just take the Infernal Blade. And over in Flame, I think we do Shockwave. Because of the Paper Frog. Would we have ended up with more than 39? So let's say in a hypothetical world on the Book of Stabbing fight, we ended at exactly half HP, or 34, if we were able to draw it out exactly the way we wanted. So we would have had to have taken 5 damage to get to that point. So we're net minus 5 HP. So let's say we're at 34. We gain 12, so we're net plus 7 at that point. And then Burning Blood procs as well, so we're net plus 13 HP. So in theory, we would have gained 18 over 34, so we would have been at more than we're at now. Yeah, I mean, we could have figured it out from there. Like I said, we always had the kill even with a single strike. So we weren't at risk of actually taking more damage than what would have been necessary to potentially gain some HP there. So, not a big deal. You just learned about Kenshi 2? It's my most anticipated game ever. So jazzed for Kenshi 2. It's going to be difficult when Kenshi comes out to play anything other than Kenshi on stream, I'll be honest. Here's a question I've never had before. Does Apotheosis work on your exhausted card pile? My guess is yes. It does. Nice. Nice. Good job, Infernal Blade. This is why I like having you around. So it only draws 3 cards. But it might be worth it. Oh, I don't draw. Good point. Yeah. 1741. And we got a full strength bird. Oh. Job, Nunchaku. You don't know what Kenshi is? Kenshi is kind of difficult to describe, and it's not for everyone, for sure. It's an open world sandbox RPG in the truest sense of those words. But again, I think you really have to like look it up or experience it to fully understand it. It's it's a very unique game. Yeah, I mean the basics. I guess when I played it a lot on stream. And the way I start, you start with a single character, you create a character, and you kind of just get plopped in the world, and your character has 0 stats basically across the board. And every action you take in Kenshi increases your stats in something. So like running from point A to point B increases your athleticism skill. And the more athleticism you have, the faster you run, and so on. If you go do some physical labor in the game, you increase your strength, more damage. So this is kind of the basic idea. There's thievery involved. There's, I mean, just everything. It's like a bottomless pit of cool RPG mechanics. At the same time, you can increase your party, so you can run around in the world and find characters to join your party, and they also start with limited to low stats. So you start increasing their stats, and your party gets stronger. You can find, weapons. You can eventually create a base in the game anywhere in the world outside of the limits of like some of the main cities. So you can go create a fully functioning base with farming and crafting. There's big enemies in the game you can go hunt down. I mean, the game is so huge. So huge. But at the same time, it's a big janky mess. So if you're not into like these kind of weird janky experiences in games, maybe not for everyone. But if it sounds interesting, I think it's worth checking out. I'm considering this shop versus 2 campfires. So we have Apotheosis in here, so our need to upgrade cards is limited. What we're looking for is to upgrade cards that we would like to play in case we draw them before Apotheosis. So something like Inflame is a good example of a card you would upgrade while you have Apotheosis in the deck. Shockwave as well, that way you can get a fully, 5 weak, 5 vulnerable Shockwave down without having to draw Apotheosis first. Things like Heavy Blade, Shrug It Off, I don't know. Battle Trance, all these things don't really matter. Uppercut doesn't matter as much. It's just things that like exhaust, so Offering Kind of, Inflame, Shockwave, and so on. So that's kind of the hesitation about this campfire. I think I will take the upgrades. Maybe. What a colorless game. Yeah. That's a fair criticism. It's a bit bland, but if you can look past that, the other thing that I really like about Kenshi is the modding community is absolutely immense. You can basically throw anything you want into the game on the Steam Workshop, so you don't even have to go particularly far to find these mods. So I have a few mods in the game that just are quality of life mods and stuff, so I still think it's worth checking out and maybe picking up if it seems to be your thing. But Kenshi 2, well, wasn't Kenshi, actually let me back up. Wasn't Kenshi made over the course of like 12 years by one dude or something like that? Wait. Do we have to take Rampage here? How do we beat Champ? I have no idea how we beat Champ. We have Heart of Iron, which kind of helps for the first phase. The disarms don't even really matter. We don't have any strength scaling, so like Spot Weakness. Spot Weakness kills Champ with this deck. I really don't know. I'm gonna do the weird Rampage thing. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's right or not. We don't have Headbutt. We don't have any way to exhaust the deck down either. So we can't even really do much with Rampage to make it good. It's just kind of around. And the extra draw from Snecko Eye is kind of my only hope for making that actually good enough. Yikes. We'll see. By the time we get everything in play and exhaust the deck down, there's a chance it's okay. And that's why I ended up taking it. Claw scales slower? Does it though? I don't know. I actually don't know if I agree with that. Because Claw works with other versions of Claw. You kind of have to imagine Rampage. If Rampage said like deal 8 damage, increase, I forget what Claw says exactly. Increase other rampages by 5 for this combat. And you could put like 3 rampages in your deck and they just scaled off of each other. That would be insane. Just way too good. Call that a weapon? Probably Rampage here, right? I wonder how much we actually hit him with other cards. Okay. We want to get rid of Exhume. Do we disarm? Or do we Shockwave? I think we Shockwave for the weakness. We have Uppercut for weakness too, but I don't want to hit him too much. Stop making fun of my weapon, dude. Face slap. Ouch. 75 damage? Wait a second. Why does Rampage do 75 damage? That is too much. Okay, so we can Rampage here. We just don't do anything else. You could not make me weak? That would be nice. 2 turns. I'm gonna try to open when we're not weak. Okay. Take 6, you go to, what is that? 226. We're full blocking right now. This is fine. So we kind of want to go here. We need Rampage. No Rampage. Oh no. Turn's terrible. And we drew 3 cost bash. When the plan falls apart. So do we just keep going, I guess, is the question. If we pop him here... We pop him here... I don't think we can. Move Nunchaku forward 1, I guess. Maybe it matters. Why aren't I hitting him? So our deck currently scales pretty poorly. So what we're trying to do okay, so let's just say in a perfect world. In a perfect world, what we're trying to do is this. We're trying to put vulnerable on the champ for 2 turns because we have Paper Frog. So he's taking extra damage from vulnerable. Ideally, weakness wears off on us during that time. Also, ideally, vulnerability is dropping off over 2 turns. Because what's going to happen when champ goes below half, he's going to wipe away all the debuffs that he has on him currently. And after that, he's going to hit us for like 66 damage if we're vulnerable. So ideally, vulnerability is dropping off before that point, so we're not getting hit for 66 and we just get 1 shot or something. And also, ideally, we're opening with our scaled up Rampage into our Paper Frogged vulnerable on champ. I hope that makes sense. I don't know, it's kind of confusing, but we're trying to do a few things at once here. Like 3? So like next turn could be a good open for us, potentially. We'll see how it goes. So we're playing around the 220 number here. Okay, so this turn's probably good enough. So we've got Rampage doing 89 damage, Heavy Blade doing 50. We don't have Nunchaku in here, so that's... We got 2 energy left after that. We're full blocking if we want to. We might just Flame Barrier and then throw down another Perfected Strike. We're also shuffling our deck. So next turn, we're going to have, I don't know, a potential to draw Rampage again. If we were to use Offering here, we would shuffle our deck. So we would want to do like Rampage and then Offering to potentially draw it again if we were going to do that. Which I think we will. We need as much ammunition here as we can get. We want to draw this again, potentially. Oh, full block, too. Thanks, Rampage. Barricade. We don't really have like a Barricade deck right now. Sometimes it just works with Snecko Eye. Could take a second copy of Exhume for even more disarms and shockwaves. And do the Barricade because it sounds fun. Runic Pyramid Snecko is not a thing you should ever do. That's a mistake we make once. Hopefully only once. Yeah, we don't really want the tiny house, right? We want 4 energy, but it comes at a pretty huge cost right now in Busted Crown. How many cards am I fishing for? That's a good question. So I mean, I like to keep my decks ideally around the magic 30 number, but that number, you know, varies from run to run, from character to character, and so on. The thing about deck size that you have to keep in mind is it's relative to the number of starter cards you've removed too. So if we're looking at our starter cards right now, we've only removed a single defend so far. So we have all of our strikes and all but one of our defends. So the fact that we're approaching 30 cards is interesting because we're reaching what I would kind of consider an ideal maximum. Again, every run's different and blah, blah, blah. But 30 cards in the context of having basically your whole starter deck in here is not nearly as important as a deck where we've removed all of our defends and strikes. If we're hitting 30 cards and we've removed all of our strikes and defends, we've got a pretty solid deck. We've got a lot of good, interesting stuff in here. But hitting 30 cards with all of our starter cards, except for one, is much less interesting. And it also means that we don't have that strong of a deck. Like, what are we actually doing here? I don't know right now. So that comes back to Busted Crown. So 4 energy Snecko Eye is just that much better. We've got a fair amount of card draw in here. It allows us to play, you know, something that's 3 cost, like in a 3 cost in Flame, and still block or something. 3 energy Snecko Eye can be a bit painful. Yeah, Tiny House fits a really important niche within Slay the Spire, and it's not a strong, good boss relic, and it's rarely taken, which is why it's kind of a meme. But Tiny House is technically better than the skip button. So you would basically never skip Tiny House because it doesn't have a downside. The upside to Tiny House is not that impactful. So it doesn't really help us that much. The fact, let me hover over it, I guess. The fact that we get an upgraded card probably doesn't matter because we have Apotheosis. Obtain 1 card, fine. 5 max HP, okay. 50 gold, okay. 1 potion, okay. You know, it's like, it doesn't really do that much. It does a lot, but not enough. I think we're going to Busted Crown and hope for the best. The issue with prioritizing shops with Busted Crown is that we are forced into our Flaming Elite in this act, so we don't actually get to choose, potentially, if we get to go to a shop or not. In this instance, we do. So we can go to this one. We can actually go to 2 if we want to. And either remove cards or buy some rare cards. Yeah, we're looking for some more strength scaling, potentially. Maybe we're leaning into this Barricade a little bit. I don't know. Corruption is kind of an obvious choice with Snecko Eye. We're going against Donu and Deka. So if we could find a Feel No Pain, that's also a pretty good get for us. Let's try 2 shops, and we'll go for cards over card removes, potentially. Yikes. Also, yikes. Oh. How's the weekend? Weekend's been really good. Sorry. My girlfriend and I celebrated 5 years together, so we got some nice cooking in yesterday. Did some homemade ravioli and baguettes. So that was a nice little evening. Otherwise, it's been chill. We went on a walk yesterday too. The weather's been nice, perfect springtime weather here. So all in all, it's been great. Me kill, please. 14, 24. And flame doesn't change that, I don't think. Let's just say we always do that. 19, 34. Oh, bad Sneck. Very, very bad Sneck. Oh, bad Sneck. Very, very bad Sneck. Meat on the bone? Do I have to do math here? Let me see. Because we have energy potion and toy ornithopter, so we can factor that into. So it gets, the turn gets a little deep. 15. So we have a kill if we just energy potion here. And it might just be that. Imagine using energy potions so you can play 2 strikes for 6 energy. Yikes. Well, Orrery with Busted Crown is not nearly as good. Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty good. We, you know, most of the stuff is still closed around us, so we didn't have the chance to really go out, but made the most of it. We could choose to take the Dark Embrace. That helps us a lot on, say, Donu and Deca, which we're going into, and I don't know, I think it's pretty low odds that we find Corruption, but if we find Corruption, it's good there too. We have a few things that exhaust. I think that's gonna be it. We barely killed one of these things. We're gonna take 2? Man. There's certainly a world where we just dunk these guys. There's also a world where we just die. I think the last Orb Walker, we had pretty bad variants with Snecko Eye. A lot of stuff costs 3. Doesn't mean that the stuff's going to be cheaper this time around, but we have the means to kill these guys. It's just a matter of, I don't know. I think we kind of have to. Yikes. Oh my goodness. This snake, man. Me focus for this week of work. Thank you very much. I will need it. It's certainly difficult to focus now that I'm back, but doing my best. Thank you. Now, if we can take 0 damage, we've almost perfectly procced meat on the bone. Bad order there. Almost. Okay. Unceasing Top, Second Wind as well. Second Wind is kind of interesting with all this extra card draw and a Dark Embrace as well. Again, thinking ahead to the fights where we have status cards in our deck, I think I like that. This is our last shop of the act. Strange Spoon is kind of interesting, I guess. So if we were to remove a card here, we have 152 Spire bucks left. It's not I don't think it's a matter of whether or not, like, Spoon is decent here. I think it is pretty decent here. And I think the things that we are exhausting, we'd probably want to see again in most instances. Again, being Disarm, Shockwave, Disarm again, Offering. It's kind of, so it's not whether or not Strange Spoon is good here. It's if it's better than our other options. I think our other options at this point is like Card Remove, Heart of Iron, and then something else. So if we find Corruption, let's just do the Spoon. I don't know. I don't know if Spoon's correct there, but it's interesting. Really looking for a nice Snecko Eye turn. Just the one would be would be very welcome, if you don't mind. Don't know how we kill this guy. Oh my. Here we go. Maybe we kill him with Flame Barrier. Boop. Good job, Meat on the Bone. Popping us up to 49 HP. So we have 2 elites in a row, back to back. Our ability to recall probably comes here or here. I am going to take a rest. We're going into an elite on no potions. I think we're hoping for Floaty Boy. Floaty Boy here or here. Reptomancer is spooky. We don't have any AoE outside of Cleave, I guess. There's Floaty Boy. Floaty Boy, so we can do this. Oh, I think I was meant to rage there, actually. Ah, that was a mistake. That being a pretty big mistake, honestly. So we missed like 10 block there, I think. It does cost 2, though. So maybe I don't feel so bad about that. We could play Offering to gain 2 energy only. Well, we gain 0 energy. Never mind, that's stupid. Come on, Snecko. I really want to see a good Snecko turn. I mean, who doesn't, but... Good job, Spoon. $27. Come on, Snecko. Like, nothing to do here. I don't really want to battle trance and then have to pass. I strike. Ah, the 3-cost barricade. I do it anyway for future turns, I guess. Got nothing else to do here. And thank Meat on the Bone for maybe getting us through another turn or two. Can the Spoon proc on second wind? Sorry, I missed your question. No, it cannot. So Spoon says cards which exhaust when played. So that's the keyword we're looking for here. So cards that just exhaust on their own, like Dazed, cannot be put back into your discard pile. However, cards like Slimed can. So if you play a Slimed card, there's a 50-50 chance that it will not actually exhaust when you play it. Yikes. +1 strength. Honestly, I'll take it. I mean, at this point, it feels really low impact, but I think we need it. Oh, good. How do we get through this fight? Eventually it's with the disarms, I suppose. Ugh. I wanted so much more for this turn than that. We're gonna have a really hard time killing this back dagger because it has Metallicize on it. So we're gonna do 12. It's gonna gain 8, effectively doing 4 HP to that, or 4 damage to that thing. I don't know if we actually get the kill on it next turn, but we've got to go for it. I think we might just die here. Oh, that's good. This is... So we have Nunchaku. If we do Rampage, Leave Strike. We don't get Apotheosis into play. We have to have Apotheosis, don't we? Maybe not. I want to use our Fear Potion on one of the other daggers, though. Play Apotheosis first. If we play Apotheosis first, we go to 2 energy, and then we can't proc Nunchaku. So it's kind of a question of Nunchaku, I guess. Of course, we want Apotheosis in play. I don't know if we can afford it, though. Because next turn's a problem. Yeah, new daggers do not get metallicize. So that is a good thing. And having the ability to play Barricade here is pretty good. The fact that if we don't play Apotheosis, these two defends only do 10 block is, well, does not spark joy. As I say. This is correct. It's painful as it is. So Nunchaku doesn't actually end up mattering there, but still think it was better than not playing it. Next turn's pretty scary if we don't stack some block here. So I think we're always doing Flame Barrier. We can Battle Trance just to draw through some of this stuff. And then maybe Second Wind away this other stuff. It's okay. That's pretty nice. Get both Heavy Blade and Perfected Strike in here to kill both of these daggers. And then we either Rampage here for 29 or we Second Wind to stack some block. Stack some block. Fair amount of damage. We're getting close to a kill range. $18? Cute. Let's see where we end up. We can always throw this here. 2. Got him. Bag of Prep with Snecko Eye is pretty incredible. No! Oh! Spaghetti! How do we even kill this guy? I hate fighting Writhing Mass on Ironclad. It's just the worst. It's the absolute worst. Love to see it. You love to see it. I passed on Tiny House for you, man. I expect a little more. Spaghetti. Spoon saved both of our disarms. The anti-synergy with the Exhume. Or Spoon. I don't know what I said there. We want to start stacking block with Barricade. Because if we Apotheosis here, we can't do much else other than Second Wind. So maybe we have to take the hit here and we can rely on Meat on the Bone to pop us back up. Because we're never hitting him here. 8 damage is about as low as we're ever going to go. Yeah, we're going to wait. All right. And now we do the barricade thing. Okay. Slow and steady. No, Apotheosis, we don't need you again, dude. Oh, that's interesting. Oh. It makes sense, actually. It's not that interesting. Apotheosis does not upgrade itself if hit by Strange Spoon. I think it's due to the text order on the cards. Upgrade all cards for the rest of combat, which kind of means it should upgrade Apotheosis, right? It should upgrade itself because it's being played, and then it exhausts. Would playing Apotheosis there have made Barricade cost 1 rather than 2, or does upgrading it set its cost to 2? So the way it works is I believe if a card that upgrades to reduce its cost is at its original value while unupgraded, gets reduced by 1. So let's say we had Exhume in our hand, it costs 1, Apotheosis upgrades it, it would then cost 0. However, in Barricade's case, its upgraded cost costs 2, so it does not go from 2 to 1. But if it costs 3 and we upgrade it, it would go from 3 to 2, if that makes sense. Does it infinitely upgrade Searing Blow? Would play... what do you mean? I mean, in a fight, you can potentially upgrade Searing Blow as many times as you want. If you have like armaments or whatever, there's a lot of cool tricks you can do to keep upgrading. Searing Blow, sorry. But it doesn't upgrade it for the rest of the game, right? Because upgrading a card in combat doesn't change the way it's upgraded in your actual deck. So upgrading Searing Blow in combat does increase its damage, and it does keep scaling up like it would normally, but it doesn't carry over to the next fight. Ooh. Got rid of Apotheosis. It's a win. Does the upgrade work like that with Snecko? Yes. Yep, because the randomization occurs when it comes into your hand. So, like I said, if its original unupgraded value is then upgraded to be 1 less. I hope that makes sense. I know it's kind of confusing. It works out. But it does not, like, if it gets upgraded, it doesn't go below what it would be its normal upgraded value. Shrug. Got 2 copies of Shrug. Guess we'll take it. Transient. Transient is a small problem. So we for sure need Shockwave down. 3 cost Exhume will become 0 cost Exhume plus. No. No. So it only works as if it was its normal upgrade. So Exhume would have to cost 1 for it to go to 0. If it costs 2 and you upgrade it, I believe it still stays 2. We have Dark Embrace, Spoon, Anti-Synergy. Actually exhausted. Maybe I was meant to play Dark Embrace. We'll do Dark Embrace anyway. We don't have anything else to do this turn. Transient might get us here. We don't really have scaling or consistent damage. We need Barricade in play early, and then a really nice turn, basically, to get us through. Yeah, I think Transient might get us. This is not going well. Spoon! Spoon! Okay. It's close. One more turn. Oh, Snecko, you are beautiful. Beautiful beast. Stack Nunchaku? No. Okay. Power through second wind is definitely a thing. I'll take a power through. We'll recall, go through one more quick event. Ooh. Not as quick as I was hoping. We'll do the rare relic here. Give me just another second. Be right back. Oh, man. I had to get a snack, too. We're pushing into the afternoon. The real question is, why does disarm even work on Hexaghost? It doesn't have any arms. It should have no effect. Yeah, that's what I say about the Book of Stabbing. Like, why does... Like, if you play Disarm on Book of Stabbing, shouldn't it just disappear? It's just a book now. Ooh. Look at this guy. Imagine calling yourself a boss in Slay the Spire and then you do 0 damage. No. It's pathetic. Uh-oh, here comes Inferno. No. Tori? Tori's a pretty good get for us. I'm trying to finish my snack. What if playing armaments allowed you to upgrade or forced you to upgrade like burns in your hand? That would be interesting. Yeah, if limit break let you play it on an enemy, it's just like playing Brimstone. So I think what you're saying is, why doesn't it function like Brimstone? Like maybe it doubles your strength, but gives the enemy +1 strength or something like that? Some kind of card like Brimstone. So there was a benefit for both parties. Jab spoon. Okay. So does Barricade ever do anything for us this fight? I think it does, but it does when we have one of them dead. So maybe we don't prioritize playing it here and we get a heavy blade down instead. Try to play it on a future turn. Say we're always doing that. We have Nunchaku here too, actually. So if we were to... Well, if we Heavy Blade Strike, then we can just play this other defend. Tori does not work there, though. Oh, I see. I see. It's kind of interesting. Like, I do wish there was more news coming out about Slay the Spire, because I think I'm not at all in the minority of people when I say that I'd be willing to pay for a 5th character. If you guys want to release that as DLC, you get my stamp of approval. I'll do it. Yikes. We have basically no block coming around for next turn. Energy potion? Oh, baby. Now we're talking. Now that's bad. All right. Yeah, lay it on me. We've got... It's kind of an interesting turn. So this is what we were talking about earlier with Apotheosis. Can Exhume came into our hand at 1 cost, which is its original cost. So when you upgrade it, it goes down by 1, but only because it came into our hand at the original unupgraded value of the card. If Exhume cost 2 there, it would not just jump to 1, and it also wouldn't jump to 0. Ah, Exhume! Dang it. No. It ended up being a bad turn? What? How is this possible? Good job, Dark Embrace. 42 damage coming in is quite a lot. Honestly, I don't think Rage gets us there. It's close. Take 1 damage. Nice. Okay. Obviously, the devs tackle a new style of game. It's kind of interesting to think about them trying to take on a new game entirely, right? Yikes. I don't know what I was hoping for here. I think I was hoping for the bird with arms because we have all these disarms. Time Eater, on the other hand, I don't know. Second Wind might help us a lot, as well as Dark Embrace. I think I would personally like to see them do more with Slay the Spire. Because I mean, I don't know. I don't know how things are going to go, but if I think about, like, FTL, like, I really was hoping that they'd come out with a second FTL, but they quite specifically said that they were not going to be doing that. The devs who made that game. Which that was kind of sad. You had this, like, I don't know, they had the special sauce. They had this amazing game. I don't have Barricade in play. I don't know why I did that. But then they came out with Into the Breach, which was fine. It was a good game, but it wasn't FTL. You know, it wasn't whatever that was. The magic that made FTL. It just wasn't quite that thing. So I personally had always hoped that they would tackle FTL 2, and I worry about that with Slay the Spire, is that, you know, trying to replicate the magic is going to be difficult. Yikes, dude. Please. Okay, we can play 3 cards. We want to keep the weak on. FTL2 chances are very low. Yeah, they specifically said they are not doing another FTL. So chances are extra low. extra low. More. Oh, Darkest Dungeon 2. Darkest Dungeon 2 is coming out, I think, this year. See, now that one I have really high hopes for, because they're just trying to redo the thing that was awesome to begin with. I'm jazzed about Darkest Dungeon 2. Oh my, next turn is atrocious. We might want to both Offering and Battle Trance. Try to push to 4 cards here. If we're drawing 7, we're drawing this plus 1 other card, so we're probably dead next turn. Darkest Dungeon 2 came out. It's called Iritus, Lord of the Dead. I think I saw you. Didn't you play that the other day on your stream? I think it's cool. I'm glad that other people are trying to do the Darkest Dungeon thing. The art style kind of threw me off, though. Dankest Dungeon is a boring grind fest? Is there anybody out there that thinks that Darkest Dungeon 2 is just kind of okay? Because then we've got all opinions accounted for, and we can have a real discussion about this. But yeah, I have some hopes that they'll continue things for Slay the Spire. If I had to speculate, and it's 100% speculation, maybe there was a small amount of burnout from pushing so many things out to mobile, and then the console ports, things of that nature. Maybe. I think they hit some road bumps along the way. We actually exhausted a slimed card. That's a win. What's that Curse of the Dead Gods game? Is that what it's called? Something Curse of the Dead Gods, or is it just Curse of the Dead Gods? That game looks pretty cool. I like how there's Hades, and then there's like a Hades clone before Hades even comes out, which is such a shame for the Curse of the Dead Gods devs, because they're probably pissed about it. This was our idea. How dare they? All right, we'll push you below half. Can we play 5 cards here? What I would like to do is start stacking some block. And we can get part of the way there with Defend, Shrug It Off. The combo. Play 1 card next turn? Honestly, I'm okay with it. Well, we could play Slimed here, I guess. Yeah. Stupid spoon. Stack a nice amount of block for next turn. I strongly prefer Hades with a keyboard and mouse. I think the controls are like solid on keyboard and mouse. I didn't like them as much on controller, but I'm not a controller guy, so is what it is. I think the auto aim was solid in Hades, so I did try it with a controller, and that was kind of my initial concern, is that I would just miss all the time, but it was pretty good. It was like on par with Enter the Gungeon, which had really nice auto aim for the controller. But it's a great year for indies. I think there's no shortage of games coming out for this summer season. Yes, I think so. Summer's like almost here already, which kind of blows my mind. Spring like didn't even happen. I was just stuck inside in the time warp with everybody else. Or Nunchaku. No respect at all for Nunchaku there. Sweating in your jacket. I got the zip up thing on, and I'm doing okay, but we're about at the break point where I really don't want to be wearing this. We're about there. Okay, last shop. Could take a card remove. Could take a mayhem. I think what we'll actually do is an entropic brew and an attack potion. Maybe. I don't have any curses or anything. Yeah, let's just take potions. Call it good. All right, the Act 4 elites. For sure cause some problems for us. Namely for turn 2. We've got a decent opening hand here. Unfortunately, Shockwave misses, but we can Shockwave disarm for really expensive strength down. Probably draw first with Shrug It Off, though. Usually drawing first is a good idea. Ooh. You hate to see it. Apparitions against the heart, you're feeling good. Where are they? I often say that about Havoc. I have a question about Havoc. Like, they could rework Havoc, and instead of playing the top card of your draw pile, it could play the bottom card of your draw pile, so it always got Demon Form into play. Could make it a lot better. Or Barricade, or whatever it is that you're trying to draw in turn 1, but you never seem to get. Ooh, next turn's gonna be bad. Right. Mercy? Honestly, could have been worse. Good job, second. Oh, Unceasing Top! I totally forgot about Unceasing Top. What did it discard? Uppercut? That would have been nice. That would have been nice. Wow, the one time Unceasing top procs this whole run. Oh, I forgot about you. It wouldn't be an Unceasing top run if he didn't forget about it, though. It's tradition. Looking for like a clothesline here. Just saw the butt idea. You should tweet him. Let him know. Make sure nobody steals your idea. All right, meat on the bone. It's your time to shine. We need something special here. I don't know what it is, because this doesn't look like it's special. Sure, we'll do this. If we shrug it off, we full block, but we don't get Apotheosis in play. If we play Apotheosis, we take 8. Because we can't... Well, we could turn with Bash, which would help slightly. Probably need Apotheosis in this fight. Not like that. It can go away. Oh, we had Tori. We actually didn't need to turn there. Sloppy, sloppy. Second wind is amazing here. Wonder if we do anything else. We could actually just shrug it off and then second wind. Carry a bunch of block into next turn. Maybe get something that costs 1 or 0. Well, technically we got what we asked for. All right. This is the Turn of Nightmares. It's our old friend Apotheosis, here for no real reason. Good job, Spoon. Glad you're here. Wait, is this kill? This is a kill. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Well, guess we'll get one more tick on Nunchaku and be way off on Happy Flower. All right. Centennial Puzzle's pretty good. So what are we hoping for on turn 1? I think it's just Just Barricade. If we could get Barricade, that'd be great. See what we get there. Honestly, all things considered, those are some pretty good potions. We do have Odd Mushroom, I guess, for next turn. Or whatever the big attack turn is. So if we proc Centennial Puzzle for next turn, I think that's pretty alright. So getting the weakness down, yes. Would like to get Dark Embrace down. It does mean we don't get Disarm down, though. Disarm gets us through the multi-attack turn. Seems too good to pass up. But what do we not play? Sorry, I thought there was a cat at my door. I think it's the wind. Or it's a very fast-moving cat. Yeah, Law Knight. I mean, learning. We kind of talked about this earlier in the run. Maybe that was on the silent run we did. But yeah, I usually end my runs around 30 cards or so. And just to kind of briefly recap for other people who were here earlier for the explanation, the size of the deck is also very relative to how many starter cards you've removed. So being at, a 30-card deck and having all of your starter cards in there like we do means that we're trying to do like one thing really efficiently. If we're able to remove our strikes and defends and we're at 30 cards, probably feeling pretty good because we have a lot of effective cards in the deck. The fact that we're at 32 and have all of our starter strikes and defends in here is not actually that good. So, but yeah, I think if you're pushing to 40, ideally, again, it's difficult to say because every run of Slay the Spire is different, but ideally if you can try to do one thing really well versus a bunch of things kind of well. Usually that's going to work out better than trying to spread yourself too thin. But again, it depends on what you're offered, so it's difficult to just make blanket statements like that. I think we go without the Dark Embrace because we have Strange Spoon. We also have Second Wind, so that's a really good source of draw for us if and when we're able to do that. But I don't know when that'll be. So foregoing the Dark Embrace for the next time through the deck is probably correct, which means we're doing Shockwave, probably getting Disarm down, Bash Strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We also want to make sure we don't take Beat of Death damage here to accidentally proc Centennial Puzzle. We'll be using this, I think, next turn to draw 3 additional cards. Okay. If I could go back, I don't think I would take Strange Spoon again, because we have Exhume, and I haven't been able to exhume cards that well, or at least not that efficiently. I've been wanting to exhume Disarm, but we just can't. Okay, probably going back on what I said last turn. I don't think we're doing Centennial Puzzle next turn. So using Second Wind to get rid of these 3 cards is good. And we have 3 energy left to just rampage and pass. Yikes. And not getting Barricade out before now is just kind of bad. How do we do this? I wasn't supposed to shrug it off first this turn. I should slow down a little bit. What we want to have happen probably is to draw a Centennial Puzzle. If we do Offering right now, it's going to proc both. So we'll draw 6 additional cards as opposed to just 3. So if we're able to make the hand space, that's fine. And we get close. We can do Exhume, Defend, Shrug. We can Offering, Shockwave, I guess, for 5 more turns of weak, which is probably our best source of block. We have Nunchaku ready to go as well. We're kind of burning a lot of our block, though, on just Beat of Death. I think this turn was always just kind of suck for us, though. So the heart is weak, and we have Odd Mushroom, so we're taking less damage from this turn as is. And we're still, I don't think we're ever getting to 39 block, not having Apotheosis in play. A Headbutt would be really nice. I think we passed on a Headbutt earlier. We could also try to Exhume the Offering. If it exhausts itself with Strange Spoon. Oh, Corking, sorry, I just saw your question. Hovering Kite, Tiny House, Cursed Key. Already have Velvet Choker on the Silent. That's kind of rough. Probably not Hovering Kite. And depending on the deck, maybe Cursed Key. You're looking for a bunch of acrobatics. If you have like an acrobatics or 2 in there, or can potentially pick them up, being on 5 energy, Velvet Choker isn't that big of a deal. You can draw into some interesting things. Yeah, I would go 5 energy. 5 energy, you've already been playing around Velvet Choker, so going to 5 energy, like ideally you don't have Blade Dances and Cloak and Daggers in your deck, so being on 5 energy probably just allows you to cycle through your deck faster and get to your core mechanic, but I think that was correct. So we draw 6 here, or we draw 5, I guess, but I'm really considering using a Zoom on Offering if we get a nice draw. There's so many things we want to play here. We do have Void coming around, but getting to Barricade, Apotheosis, all this stuff is really important. The fact that all of our powers, well, Inflame and Barricade and Apotheosis were on the bottom half of our deck. Pretty not great. Bottom third, really. Nice. Oh, you gotta love this game. Okay, so we're back to thinking about Exhume on Offering. That's terrible. So this is our next turn. If we were to just end here, this would be our next turn. Or like do damage and block and stuff. Not great. It's pretty good. We strike, we're on 8, and we go to 7. Offering is a full draw of 3. Oh, it didn't exhaust. Oh, I forgot to look. So dumb. Oh well. The shockwave's still good, I guess. Dang. That's rough. Yikes. This is so good. Apotheosis, Barricade, pass. Barricade with no block in play. Ant and Flame. Yeah, 1 strength. I think we just die. Carry 6 block. That's terrible. So we have potentially... No, we've been through Uppercut already. So how do we remove the artifact? Shockwave, I guess? So we'd have to get like Shockwave and Disarm. So we play this Disarm. We take a bunch of damage here. Admittedly, I did not run the numbers there. I was just kind of like, that looks right. That's probably enough block. It's one of those turns. Strength down is good. Let's see. This is... Well, it's not all that Offering draws, but it's close. We can Offering draw 5. I think we do that. We're just trying to stack block. The fact that this costs 6 HP, I don't know if that matters. We've got Tori, so sometimes that matters if the multi-attack goes through. How are we killing this bad boy? Good question. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. It's been like, what is this, 5 or 6 turns of just trying to survive? The only saving grace for this run is that we have Paper Frog. So maybe there's a world where that works out. Maybe. Pretty hard maybe, though, honestly. Okay. So now Beat of Death goes to 3. And we are in the sad place. We have Power Through Second Wind again, though. So we live through this turn. Flame Barrier. We could have killed with Flame Barrier. Well, not killed, but you know what I mean. Gotten closer to a kill with Flame Barrier. It's really hard not to play Flame Barrier here. We do have another copy of Disarm coming around, so we can potentially survive through the next multi-attack. Keeping the heart weak is like a must if we're going to survive, so that has to go down. And if that's the case, it's a question of Flame Barrier or Heavy Blade for 59 damage. 59 is more than 6, so that's the consideration. However, carrying block at this point is the only way that we survive. We're always getting disarm because we draw 7 and then we draw 7 again. So we're always having disarm for the next multi-attack. It's a matter of dodging our way out of the big attack like this, which is 35. And we don't really have... We do have 35 block coming around, but it does mean that we have to play basically all of these cards. And Beat of Death is 3. Getting out of the fight is pretty good too, though. I feel like this has to be the play. And I hate it, and I don't like it. Yeah, you figured it out, Great Poison. Because the cards aren't being played. Yep. Oh, the spoon, dude. I don't know if I love or hate the spoon right now. A little bit of both, honestly. All right. Doing damage. Ah. This shockwave, man. He actually got Flame Barrier on the right turn. Oh, this is good damage. This is good damage. Oh, that is bad block. I would like to get Shockwave out of the draw pile. I think I've played Shockwave like 3 times, and Strange Spoon has just will not stop working. It feels bad to complain about, but come on. Wait, where's our... Oh, we already used Exhume, that's right. So we're out of disarms. So if we do nothing here, we have 26 block for next turn. I feel like that means that we want to play a Shrug It Off. Please go away. So we have 34 block. We take 1. So we want to play a card here. Probably our Rampage, maybe Heavy Blade. We have to be careful here. I think we can only play 1 card. So if we go to 34, taking 1. Or we go to 25 plus 6, 31, take 4, which is 1. Yeah, it's just 1. So it's 59 damage or 43. Last time I checked, 59 is more than 43, so we'll do this one. that's right. So more than anything, we need to find 400 damage over 2 turns. I don't know if we survive. Maybe if we get the big attack next turn, we can try to find 325 damage over 3 turns. The multi-attack almost definitely kills us every time. But our damage is so low. Kind of need to second wind here. That gets us the sunblock. So if we're always using second wind, that means we only have 2 energy to play with, which is always strike bash. It's not enough damage. It's all we got, though. Yeah. Whew. It's the max damage I could do that turn. Not nearly enough. Is the sad but true answer. Bummer, man. Very close. I don't think Tori blocks that much. It was close. I think if it was the big attack, maybe. Maybe. I didn't stop to think about it too much.